the Sahara Desert, a vast ocean of sand. It holds many secrets. One of these is the lost city of Zerzura. Legend tells of a city of white walls. It is said to be an oasis of life. Palm trees sway in the breeze. Water flows from ancient springs. This is Zerzura, a shimmering mirage in the brutal desert. For centuries, explorers have searched for Zerzura. They are driven by the legend. They are lured by the promise of treasure. But the desert guards its secrets jealously. Many have ventured into its heart. Few have returned. The Sahara is a harsh mistress. She shows no mercy to the unprepared. Sophia's grandfather, Dr. Vijay Patel, was a legend in his own right. He was a renowned historian, linguist, and explorer. His tales of ancient civilizations and daring expeditions captivated young Sophia's imagination. His disappearance left a void in her life. It also ignited a spark, a burning desire to follow in his footsteps. Vijay believed that Zerzura was not just a myth. He dedicated his life to finding proof. He pored over ancient texts. He traveled to remote villages. He collected fragments of stories and legends. He was like a man possessed, driven by an unquenchable thirst to uncover the truth. Years before his ill-fated expedition, Vijay showed Sophia an old, leather-bound journal. It was passed down through generations in their family. The journal contained cryptic notes, sketches, and what seemed like a map. Vijay believed it held the key to finding Zerzura. After Vijay's disappearance, Sophia clung to his journal. It became a tangible link to her grandfather. It was a symbol of his unyielding spirit and his unwavering belief in the legend of Zerzura. The map in Vijay's journal was a puzzle. It was a confusing mix of symbols and diagrams. Sophia spent years deciphering its secrets. She studied ancient cartography. She consulted with experts on lost languages. Slowly, painstakingly, she began to unravel the map's mysteries. The map wasn't a traditional map. It didn't show geographical features in a conventional way. Instead, it used a series of intricate symbols to represent landmarks and celestial alignments. It was an astronomical map, guiding travelers by the stars to a hidden location deep within the Sahara. Sophia realized that the map was created by a civilization with advanced knowledge of astronomy and mathematics. This only deepened the mystery of Zerzura. Who were these people? How did they build a city in the heart of the unforgiving desert? And what other secrets did their lost civilization hold? With each symbol she decoded, Sophia felt a surge of excitement mixed with trepidation. The map was more than just a guide to a lost city. It was a window into the past, a testament to a forgotten people. It was also a dangerous path, one that could lead her to the same fate as her grandfather. To find Zerzura, Sophia knew she couldn't go it alone. She needed a team of experts, each with their unique skills. She needed navigators, archaeologists, survivalists, people who could withstand the brutal conditions of the Sahara and help her navigate the dangers that awaited. She reached out to old colleagues, renowned adventurers, and trusted friends. She assembled a small but capable team, each member bringing their expertise to the table. There was Mark, a seasoned explorer and survival expert, his knowledge of the desert invaluable. And then there was Omar, a local guide, whose ancestors were said to have encountered the guardians of Zerzura. The team was bound by their shared sense of adventure, their thirst for knowledge, and their respect for Sophia's determination. They understood the risks involved, the unforgiving nature of their mission. Yet they were united in their pursuit, driven by the allure of the unknown and the hope of uncovering a lost civilization. As the day of departure approached, Sophia felt the weight of expectation on her shoulders. The expedition was not just about finding a lost city. It was about honoring her grandfather's legacy, about fulfilling a promise she made to herself years ago. The Sahara awaited, holding both the answers she sought and dangers she could only imagine. Section 5. The Treacherous Sahara. The Sahara was an unforgiving adversary. The scorching sun beat down relentlessly. The wind whipped up sandstorms that swallowed everything in their path. The vast emptiness was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. It tested the limits of human endurance. Sophia and her team journeyed for weeks, their vehicles struggling against the ever-shifting dunes. They faced sandstorms that turned the day into night, reducing visibility to mere feet. They encountered venomous snakes and scorpions, lurking in the shadows, a constant reminder of the desert's deadly embrace. Despite the hardships, Sophia pushed forward. She drew strength from her grandfather's journal, her determination fueled by the cryptic clues it held. She knew that each challenge they overcame, each obstacle they surmounted, brought them one step closer to Zerzura. The desert nights offered a brief respite from the scorching sun. As millions of stars lit up the sky, Sophia would consult her grandfather's map, using the celestial bodies as her guide. The silence of the desert was broken only by the crackling fire and the whispered stories of lost civilizations and ancient legends. Section 6. Rivals in the Sand. Word of Sophia's expedition had spread. It attracted unwanted attention. A ruthless treasure hunter known only as the Jackal had picked up their trail. The Jackal was notorious for his ruthlessness. He plundered archaeological sites for profit. He would stop at nothing to claim Zerzura's treasures for himself. Sophia and her team found themselves in a race against time. They had to reach Zerzura first. Failure meant allowing the Jackal to desecrate a lost civilization and its history. It meant betraying her grandfather's legacy. The pressure mounted with each passing day. The Jackal's presence added another layer of danger to their already perilous journey. Sophia and her team had to be constantly vigilant. They had to outmaneuver their pursuers while navigating the treacherous desert. It was a game of cat and mouse, played out under the scorching sun.
One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the dunes, Sophia's team spotted the Jackal's camp in the distance. They were close, too close. The race to Zerzura was entering its final stage.
After weeks of relentless pursuit and perilous encounters, Sophia's team stumbled upon an impossible sight. Rising from the heart of the desert, like a mirage shimmering in the heat, were the white walls of Zerzura. The legend was real. The city was breathtaking. Towering walls, crafted from white stone, encircled an oasis of lush vegetation. Palm trees swayed gently in the breeze. Crystal-clear water flowed from ancient fountains, a stark contrast to the arid wasteland surrounding the city. It was an oasis of life and tranquility, a hidden gem in the unforgiving desert. Overwhelmed with awe and relief, Sophia and her team approached the city gates. The gates were massive, adorned with intricate carvings depicting scenes of a long-lost civilization. The carvings told stories of a people living in harmony with nature, their wisdom and knowledge evident in their artistry. As they cautiously entered the city, a profound silence enveloped them. The air was heavy with anticipation. The streets were deserted, the buildings seemingly untouched by time. It was as if the city had been frozen in time, waiting for their arrival. The silence of Zerzura was broken by the soft sound of approaching footsteps. From the shadows, figures emerged, their movements fluid and graceful. They were the guardians of Zerzura, descendants of the city's ancient protectors, their duty passed down through generations. The guardians were dressed in flowing robes, their faces veiled, their presence both intimidating and strangely calming. They carried an air of wisdom and ancient knowledge, their eyes reflecting a deep connection to the desert and its secrets.
Sophia, we have been expecting you. Your grandfather earned our trust and chose to remain here, dedicating his life to protecting Zerzura's secrets.
Sophia, approaching with respect and caution, addressed the guardians in the ancient dialect she had painstakingly learned from her grandfather's notes. To her astonishment, they understood. A dialogue began, a delicate dance of words and gestures, bridging centuries of separation. The revelation of her grandfather's fate filled Sophia with conflicting emotions. She was overjoyed to know he was alive, that he had found solace and purpose in Zerzura. But a profound sadness washed over her, knowing she couldn't just bring him home. The guardians presented Sophia with a choice. She could reveal Zerzura's existence to the world, sharing its knowledge and beauty, or she could honor her grandfather's sacrifice and keep the city's location a secret, ensuring its protection from the outside world. Sophia found herself torn between her desire to share Zerzura's wonders with the world and her responsibility to protect its fragile existence. She understood the significance of her decision. It would impact not only her life, but the fate of a hidden civilization and its legacy. Days turned into nights as Sophia grappled with her conscience. She wandered the city's streets, marveling at its architecture, its advanced irrigation systems, its sustainable way of life. The more she learned about Zerzura, the more she realized the gravity of her choice. In the end, Sophia Patel made a decision that honored both her heart and her head. She chose to protect Zerzura. She understood that the city's survival depended on its secrecy. Exposing it to the outside world with its greed and its disregard for history would only lead to its destruction. She bid farewell to her grandfather, promising to keep his memory alive. She returned to the world above, carrying the weight of a secret that would forever change her life. She disbanded her team, swearing them to secrecy, ensuring that Zerzura's location remained hidden. Sophia Patel continued her work as an archaeologist, but her perspective had shifted. She became a staunch advocate for the preservation of ancient cultures and the protection of archaeological sites. She used her platform to raise awareness about the dangers of greed and the importance of respecting the past. The legend of Zerzura lived on, whispered in hushed tones in academic circles and among adventurers. Some dismissed it as a myth, a fool's quest. But Sophia knew the truth. She carried the secret of Zerzura in her heart, a testament to her grandfather's legacy and a reminder of the beauty and fragility of lost civilizations.